Kevin Harvick leads 214 laps, most ever by a Vegas winner. And Kevin Harvick taking home the checkered flag is today's Sunoco fueling victory. 39th career win, tied for 19th all-time with Hall of Famer Tim Flock and Matt Kenseth.
Gentlemen, show us exactly where on the race car this issue was.
Yeah, when you start taking, you can see pretty quickly, you can see that back glass where it's sucked in right there, Casey. Show them where it is. That is pretty blatantly obvious that this has got something that's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, and then the concern is when you see this on the track is that, you know, anytime that you can get this rear glass to deflect, it can pull the air down on the spoiler and create more downforce.
But that's the thing that everybody is really concerned about, is somebody getting an unfair advantage on the other guy.
Let's hear what Chase Elliott and his crew chief, Alan Gustafson, had to say.
You see that right rear of that forged glass? Is it bowed down? Yeah, kind of where the jack, between the orange jack screw and the black lining, it's bowed from the right side of the jack screw over. Yeah, right by the K. When he's up to speed, I think pushes down about, I don't know, 2 inches, 3 inches.
It's a big concern, but also when you take a look at the rule and what happened, no matter whether it was an accidental situation or not, but the braces and support must, at the rear glass, be supported and be rigid at all times. I mean, that means you can't have a situation like this happen. So as soon as that brace broke, whether it was intentional or not, the penalty was incurred. I mean, there was no way getting around it.
So looking forward, guys, how do you think it affects this team?
I think you have to go back and kind of like rally back. And to me, going to Phoenix could be a big plus, at least mentally, for everybody on this 4-car, because they're so good there. I believe they may come back, and if they can run well, and especially if they can go back to victory lane with no issues, it will restore their confidence.
Yeah.
So here comes Kevin Harvick coming to the white flag, trying to win 3 races in a row for the first time in his career. The white flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Turn 4, Happy Harvick gets his 40th career win and his 9th at Phoenix.
That's the kind of dominance I saw our buddy over here, Jeff Gordon, do, the kind of dominance I saw Jimmy Johnson do, and there he is.
Turn 4, Happy Harvick gets his 40th career win and his 9th at Phoenix.
That's the kind of dominance I saw our buddy over here, Jeff Gordon.
I mean, this really felt more important than winning at Homestead, to race for a championship, just to drive it home for all those supporters out there and all you haters. I see you.
Coming around the final corner, down to the start, turn 1, lap 1, how will it be? Ready for the start of the Indy Car Series season, and we're going green in St. Pete. Out. Kimball's car stopped and stalled in a spot that is a dangerous place on the racetrack. So first full course yellow of the race coming out on the
day here is to have fresh tires every chance you get. I don't think the tires are wearing as well as they're expecting, because the cars don't have much downforce and they're slipping and sliding all over the place.
Wickens leading the field from pole position. He has led now 33 of the 53 laps we've completed. Sebastian Bourdais leading 14 and Jordan King leading 5. The real headline of the day are caution flags. We've had 5 already, and a lot of people finding a lot of trouble in the first half of this race as they try and get used to this brand new 2018 Verizon IndyCar Series machine that has less downforce. It slides around a lot more, and really, it has higher straightaway speeds but less grip in the corner. It is proving to be a handful, but that's what everybody expected.
If I can add one thing to that headline that you just gave, the best Penske in the field is Power in 7th place. The last 5 years, they've always been at the front of the line.
So there's the lead. It is Wickens and Alexander Rossi who runs in 2nd place, Jan.
Yes, and Rob Edwards is on the radio talking to Alexander. Now, it looks like the strategy is intriguing. You're only 2 laps away from when Wickens pitted. Looks like maybe 2 stops. What's the call?
No, it'll be 3 stops. We got 2 more to make. Just trying to decide when's the optimum time to make them.
And let's talk about strategies. When he last pitted, it was late in the game. Bourdais' plan right now is to potentially do the rest of this race on just 1 stop. If he can pull that off and still maintain speed, he may cycle to the front.
Back live at St. Pete, the leaders on pit road.
Robert Wickens brings it in. So far, it's been a picture-perfect day for him. He's done everything right. They reminded him on the way in, use push to pass, get his stop. That's a delayed stop. As you can see on the left rear, it was a little bit longer than they wanted, Jan.
And his teammate takes the same lap to make a pit stop. And interestingly, he is going with scrubbed red sidewall tires. So they already have a heat cycle in these. That is a new strategy that I've not seen anyone else try. So split between the team cars on different strategies with tires.
So there's your new leader, Alexander Rossi, but again, we'll expect to see him on the pit lane some point in the not too distant future. Rossi, the Indianapolis 500 winner at Watkins Glen late in last season, really went on a streak at the end of the year last year. Said he started last year, he and his team wanted to win so badly that he and his engineer kind of maybe overlooked some basics in their communication and the way they were going about things. They had a little bit of an opportunity to reset midway through the year, and he finished last season on a real tear. And so far on the opening weekend of this year, he has had a lot of pace.
And one of the reasons why you see Alexander Rossi now, he has some more fuel, but when the people around you pit, when he just saw Wickens and Hinchcliffe pit, they say, we better come in. We do not want to get caught by a yellow. And just as Rob Edwards told us, he likes the sticker black primary Firestone. So they're going on. Don't see any other visible changes, of course. They want to get the fuel all the way topped off. That's 8.6, pardon me, seconds here for Rossi. Nice stop.
But there goes Wickens by.
I would venture to say he's put a bigger gap between that car.
And I'm just going to say Wickens did some awesome outlap, guys, because Wickens had a slower stop at 9.4 to the 8.6 for Rossi. So Wickens went out and laid down some awesome outlaps on cold tires.
So there's your new leader. Sebastian Bourdais cycles back to the front. Graham Rahal cycles up to 2nd position. They both pitted about 18 laps ago. Then Wickens is in 3rd.
It's been very interesting watching here from the helicopter view. Robert Wickens, the car that's behind Sebastian Bourdais, usually gets a great drive coming off the turns, but is he now starting to save fuel? They told him, as we heard from Rick, hey, just go ahead and go for it, but he is not getting out of the turns as quickly as he was previously, guys. I'm wondering if he's now starting to save fuel at the same time.
Yeah, but look at him eat the distance when it comes to braking and the slow stuff.
Yeah. But you get a run out of 9 going down through 10. Seems like at this area here, we'll wait to see what happens. Sebastian pulls away just a little bit. So is his car better with power down, or is he just saving some fuel? Sort of a cat and mouse game. You got 2 guys that are very experienced there. The car in front, Sebastian Bourdais, in the yellow and black machine, has won 4 national championships in Indy Car. And Robert Wickens, yes, a rookie, but a lot of European experience where racing over there is very tough, Eddie, as you know.
So the race for the lead now beginning to catch some traffic. That's Max Chilton just ahead of the leaders.
But has caught him at the great spot because he has an opportunity into the pit lane.
So he's going to have to fight the traffic. Instead, they'll call him onto the pit lane for a stop, Rick.
Well, last year, Dale Coyne and Sebastian Bourdais played the strategy game, and it played out. They're doing it again. They're going to bring him in, put on sticker black tires, not reds, even though they got a fresh set of reds. They're doing a slight wing change, half a turn up, getting all the fuel in, send him back out to see if he can do battle with Wickens, John.
And a similar strategy for Graham Rahal. He just now arrives at his box. If you stop now, along with Sebastian Bourdais, it is possible that you could make it to the end of the race, but you'd have to save fuel. He goes with scrub blocks. That's 8.3 seconds for Graham Rahal, so a quick stop again. Anyone who stops during this lap, you got to save fuel if you want to get home, unless there's a yellow.
We thought the race was between Sebastian Bourdais and Wickens on pit road, but Wickens' team made that quick work. And out he went and built a lead that was enough to put Bourdais 8 seconds behind. I know it's not over yet, but Robert Wickens is our Firestone Durable driver of the race. Guy in his first ever Verizon Indy Car Series race. He won pole position in a chaotic qualifying session. And he's having the best day of anybody out here so far, Rick. We'll call the green flag here. Rossi trying to stay right with Wickens. Here they come as the pace car heads to pit road. Green flag, 2 laps to go.
Rossi's close enough.
Looking, turn 1. He slides, there's contact. Wickens spins. Bourdais goes through. Sebastian Bourdais is leading with Graham Rahal behind him.
He had no choice. He had to go for that. He had no choice. This is where he starts to slide.
Yeah, fans love it. Listen.
What a great race.
See, he wasn't this close.
This will show us. This will show us.
Now, I'll say that the stewards are reviewing the contact between the 6 and 27.
What purpose?
Well,
it doesn't do 6 any good.
Who cares? Because Rossi's going to finish in 4th, and they could penalize him deeper into the grid.
But